A spousal sponsorship application relies on the genuineness of a relationship. It is super important, it is pertinent for the applicant and the sponsor to provide evidence in order to prove the genuineness of the relationship and to ensure that they substantiate their relationship to the IRCC officer. Now, there are certain cases when officer may request for an interview for the applicant and the sponsor, and that is when the officer has doubts about the relationship. How can you avoid such a situation? How can you avoid being called for an interview for a spousal sponsorship application? This is what we are going to talk about in this video, so stay tuned until the end. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Dhruv. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. At our firm Effizient, we assist all prospective immigrants with their immigration to Canada. If you are an aspirant, you need assistance, here is our contact information. Feel free to get in touch with us. If you would like to chat with me personally and have questions, the link to book an appointment is in the description of this video. You can book an appointment and I'd be happy to chat with you. Now, talking about how you can avoid getting requested for an interview, an in-person or a phone or virtual interview with IRCC officer for a spousal sponsorship application. How you can do that. But before we go into the details for that, let's quickly answer the comment of the week. This comment comes on our PGWP extension video due to passport expiry. And the question is, can we apply online by any chance? Well, the answer to this question is the IRCC's official guideline is to apply on paper for PGWP extension. Now, we've seen people who have applied online and their applications have gone through without issues. So again, the official instruction is to apply on paper. Practically, online applications have been accepted. Now, it's possible you may be unlucky to get an officer that may not accept it, but overall, this is what we've seen from our experience, and I hope this can help you make your decision. Coming back to the spousal sponsorship application, guys. Now, interviews in itself is a daunting phenomena. Job interviews or any other interviews, and let alone when it is with an immigration officer for a spousal sponsorship application, it can be very stressful. Now, the best thing to avoid an interview or avoid such a situation is to make sure your application does not raise any such concerns that the officer wants to talk to you or your partner in person or virtually, or interview you further about your relationship. Now, how can you do that? How can you make sure that your relationship information is so well submitted that it does not warrant an interview? The key is to properly submit all the evidence about your relationship to the immigration officer. If you've done that, then the chances to be called for any further questioning or asking for any further information about your relationship goes considerably down. Now, if you're applying for spousal sponsorship, the checklist for spousal sponsorship has a proof of relationship section from page 7 through 9. Here you can see the 5533, the checklist for the spousal sponsorship application, and page number 7, 8, and 9 have the information about what is required to prove your relationship. If you ensure that all of that is included, you have nothing to worry about. You are good to go. So guys, here on the screen, you can see the proof of relationship to sponsor section in a spousal sponsorship checklist 5583. The first thing they ask for is, are you and your spouse currently living together? That's the first question. Well, if the answer is no, then you need to provide the contact proof, the proof that you have been in contact with each other, you are regularly in contact as usual partners would be. This for proof of contact, you can provide WhatsApp messages, iMessages, or any other way you communicate with each other. And don't provide like thousands of pages of chat. Uh, one or two screenshots from every month since you've known each other is enough. And if you nicely in a tabular format in a word sheet paste uh, the conversations, the WhatsApp messages that you have had in a very beautiful way, That's all that is needed. You don't need to give the entire 1,000-page transcripts from WhatsApp chats. All you need to do is take screenshots, one or two screenshots from every month. So say that you've known each other since January of 2024. From there on, January till February of 2025, provide say one screenshot a month, and make a table in a Word document and paste those screenshots with appropriate timestamp heading, saying that this is the chat from January of 2024, this is a chat from February 2024, March 2024, April, May, June, so on and so forth. Second is, if you're not living together, then you need to show that the sponsor visited the applicant, right? So if the sponsor took a flight to visit or took a train, then that's what you're showing, right? Oftentimes, if the applicant is back home and the sponsor is in Canada, the sponsor would take a flight. Even for marriage, you can provide plane tickets, you can provide the boarding pass as a proof that the sponsor visited the applicant. Now, in case you are living together, so say that both the sponsor and the applicant are living together, then you need to provide two of these, right? Two of these, don't forget. Proof of either jointly owning some residential property, a rental agreement, joint utility account, vehicle insurance, a government ID, or any other document such as bank statements, pay stubs, tax forms that showcase the same address. Now, IRCC says that, you know what, even if you're not able to provide two of these, then give us the explanation, right? So you need to make sure, ideally, that you have two proofs in order to showcase that you're living together. But if you can't, then make sure you provide an explanation so it's crystal clear to the officer about your circumstance, and they don't think that you're hiding something from them. Then it comes, the next question is, if you and your spouse have any children together, depending on yes or no. If it's a yes, you have to provide a birth certificate to showcase that indeed it is your child and both the parents are listed in there. Is it the first marriage between you and your sponsor? If it's yes or no, depending on the answer. If it's a no, then you have to provide the information from the previous marriage and provide proof of annulment or divorce from the prior spouse. Have you or and your sponsor been married for 2 years as of the date of this application? You say yes or no depending on your particular circumstance. Now guys, if all these questions were a yes, that's it. You don't need to provide anything else, right? So if you are living together, if you have children together, and if this was your first marriage, and if you have been married for 2 years or more, that's it. You don't need to provide anything else. However, if it's not, if say that you don't have children together, or you've not been married for 2 years yet, then you have to provide more proof, and that proof includes photos of wedding, um, and along with that you need to provide two more things, two of the following, which is important documents for you and your spouse showing that you're recognized as each other's spouse. This could be employment insurance or other insurance benefits. Then there is documentary evidence that you support each other financially. uh, Proof that your relationship is recognized by your friends or family, so it could be letters, support letters from friends or family, or social media information. And then proof of past cohabitation if you are currently not living together but you've lived in the past. So any two of these things can be provided. Most often, if you are working and you have healthcare benefits, you have your spouse as a dependent, that could work. If you have, in most cases, couples send money to each other, that showcases proof of financial interdependency. And then if you ever posted about your relationship on Instagram, you posted pictures with your wife, that is something you can provide here as well. And on top of that, you can provide support letters from family members or friends, and that would do. Again, if you're not able to provide two of these documents, then you have to give explanation as required in this section. Okay, so guys, this is all that is required for the purpose of proof of your relationship. If you make sure that question number 7 from page 7 through 9 is thoroughly answered and properly presented in your spousal sponsorship application, what we recommend is making one word document with all the evidence they ask for in this particular question. That makes it so much easier for the immigration officer to give to understand your relationship and to substantiate it, to find it genuine, and then they will never call for any interview. Guys, avoid going into piles and piles of paperwork. Don't do that. Immigration officers don't like that. Don't do like a 1,000-page transcript of your chat and provide that, or provide unnecessary documents which are not one of those documents listed in that question. The more you keep it to the point as per the requirements, the better it is. The more the immigration officer is going to like you and not give you any more trouble. So make sure you follow these instructions. That's it for this video, guys. We have talked about how to make sure you present your relationship properly in order to avoid any interview or any further questioning from IRCC with regards to a spousal sponsorship application. If you found this content useful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you are notified about any new video that we upload. In case you think this content or this information will help a friend of yours, please share this video with them. This would be helpful for them and also for the channel. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.